Should I do my taste?
All right.
And tell me, before I taste, what am I looking for? What am I supposed to do properly?
A fruit. Think of a fruit.
Do I have to swish it? Do I have to...
Yep. Put it in your mouth and run it across your gums.
Okay. Without spilling it on my shirt.
Kind of swish it in your mouth like a mouthwash. Now you get all kinds of flavors. Yes, we can swallow and everything.
Because your palate.
Yeah. So
Okay.
On your palate. And
Okay.
then,
And what do we call... Is that called anything? Is that like the initial taste? Is that like...
the initial taste?
The initial
I guess
taste,
you could call it that.
because you have
Okay.
it.
Did we just coin that? All
Yeah, I
right.
think you did.
Right here at Lakeside Village.
There
All
you
right.
go. All right, David. did it
Vino
right
Las
here.
Vegas.
Right.
This
That's
is
right.
where you heard
That's
it first.
We do have our Vino Las Vegas wine and yacht club glasses
That's
with
right.
us today too.
We'll
by the
talk
way.
Yes,
about
we do.
that real
That's
soon here.
Yeah. So basically that's it. And if you can come up, I mean, this is a Chardonnay. It does have typical things. Usually Chardonnay does have some grapefruit flavors. Usually, not every time. So nothing's exact in wine tasting.
Okay.
Some have more oak. Some have no oak at all. Oak is more body, makes it thicker. It's a very subjective thing.
Now, is there such thing as the second taste that I just had was a little bit different than the first? Is that normal? Is that...
It's probably normal. Right?
Probably. Well, you're probably more relaxed. So
Okay.
you're probably just like, And so when you try it again,
Yes,
it's like you're in a different...
You're not overthinking it.
Yeah, you're not like...
Right.
That anxiety is lessened.
And then, if you're at a table with your friends and you like the wine, the sommelier will come by and then pull you for a glass, or pull the glass. That's kind of a trick. And
Okay.
as a sommelier, let's say there are 6 people here, and you got that one bottle.
Okay.
And to do it right, everybody should have, by the time you pour it, even the host is the last one to get poured, they should all be the same.
Ooh, and
That's
what
tough.
what does that look like on the glass? Like if you were to measure it with your finger, where are we
you have
supposed to?
Usually you do it by sight. Usually 4 people is easy.
Okay.
But if I added 2 more people here, I'd have to really pay attention. Okay, the first person, I, as a host, tasted the wine. Now I'm going to have to pour it for you, and for you, and for you, and for you, and for her. And finally, reserve enough
Wait,
that
so I'm
they're
sorry.
all the same.
So you're saying no matter how many people are at the table, you should all have the same amount,
Right.
Yeah.
and the
Yes.
bottle should be finished by the end,
Yeah. I
or not necessarily finished, but
Finished,
as
no.
long as
But
everyone.
as
So the
long as
importance
everyone has.
should have the
got
exact
it.
same amount.
Okay. 'Cause I was like, wow,
Visually.
that's a heck of
It's
a
tough.
math problem to figure out.
Well, usually, if you get like 8 people, I say you got to get a second bottle because
Yeah.
you got it's like
got
a little
little tiny.
thing.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, but the main goal is that everyone at the table should have the exact same amount in their
Yeah.
glass.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Fascinating.
That's one of the things they teach you in the service part of
Yeah,
it,
that's training.
and it gets really crazy
And then
at the higher levels. It all depends. If it's the woman that's the host, then she gets served first. They have to go back to the other woman, and you got to go clockwise. You go back to the man. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
there's
Wow.
different.
It's crazy. That's at the higher. That's like the Michelin star wine
Right.
service. That's and then the more delicate situation. Then you serve the eldest woman first. Now, who's gonna say, okay, who's older between
Oh,
you two?
my.
Right?
Yeah, that can
right?
get a little
Yeah,
tricky
that's kinda
nowadays.
tricky. You kind of like guess. You kind of guess.
Yeah,
But
okay.
they don't know that. But that's what you're trying to do. It's all kinds of secret stuff. But that's fine dining service. You're not going to get that at a regular restaurant. Usually, they're just going to pour the wine.
Wow.
They'll go
Okay.
around the corner, man, women don't care, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that.
But
Okay.
you know what's really great about today? That there's so many outlets where you can learn about wine. I mean, that more now than ever. And you can go to Total Wines. They'll do
Yeah.
a wine tasting there, or at any type of beverage outlet, like even Lee's Liquor. They have people there that want you to try their product, and
Right.
it's a great way to learn. Also, there's groups. You can meet up groups. You can join that focus on wine tasting. And that's how we really started
Right here
learning.
at Lakeside, we have one now.
We had a group that would meet at Marche Bacchus years
Mm-hmm.
ago, and we did blind wine tastings where they cover the bottle, and we'd have to,
Right.
smell it and figure out what it was and where it was from. And was it
Right.
an old world wine or a new world wine?
You got good.
And
Unbelievable.
that was our greatest education, really, was going through those experiences with this group, and that kind of helped us
Right.
in our education with being able to decipher what was in the bottle but also there's a whole education on what to pair with the wine.
Right.
What kind of foods do you want to eat with this? And not necessarily do you have to have, white wine with chicken or red
Yeah,
wine
that's
with
pretty
red
much
meat.
gone.
I see.
Because
Wow.
there are so many, and then there's so many different wine regions now.
Right.
More now than ever before in history.
And they're all different.
So,
If you could
and
walk
really what dictates what's in this bottle is called terroir, which is where the grapes are grown.
Right.
The earth, the sky, the weather conditions.
How do I say that again?
Terroir.
Terroir.
Well, that's in
A
French.
sense of place.
Sense of place.
Sense of place.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, so what you're tasting in the bottle really is the place,
Right.
right? So if you go to Monterey and you look around, that's what's in the bottle, really.
Oh, that's a
you
good way to
know?
put it. Okay. Yeah. You're
And,
getting a
but-
sense of where you are,
Right.
where
Yeah.
you're visiting.
Right.
Wow.
And
So-
they're a living thing. Spirits are distilled. You can have a bottle of Jack Daniels on your shelf for 40 years if you want to. Wine is a famous line at what movie was that anyway?
Sideways?
Oh, sorry, Sideways. And I always get emotional when she says this line. And make it short, it's waddle here. It's a living and breathing thing. So this was made in 2009. Now, if you think in 2009 in Spain, harvest usually September or October, there were people out there. Now, take your mind back, 2009. Where were you, 2009, September, October? People are out there picking these grapes in Spain. This is a blend, so different varietals. And some of them may not be with us anymore. So then they bottle this bottle, and it's a living thing. It has a life. It has a peaks, and then it'll gradually do a slow decline, and then it's not drinkable anymore. So it's very, and that's all true. It's like,
Wow.
like a vodka would be a vodka until whenever, but heat, too much cold. It's a living being in there, and if you treat it well, it'll last a long time, like anything. This has 14%
But
alcohol.
surprisingly,
so-
most
Right.
wine is consumed shortly after
Yeah, Americans,
people
yeah.
purchase it.
Within
so
a 5 to 7
there
you're-
are people that are into collecting, and of course
Mm-hmm.
they want to know
So wine will
longevity
still
of it.
age while it's in the bottle, whereas something like a whiskey, once it's out of that barrel,
Yeah,
it's
because it's a,
Right.
a distilled spirit.
age 'em
it's
in the
not-
barrel
I see.
first.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they ate them they may age them 5 years in a cask, oak cask or whatever it may be, and then they go bottle age for the rest of their life. I mean, this is 2009, so it's got some age on it.